Going live. It should be all right now. I'm gonna set up some jazzy, casual music. Just enforce the chill vibes that we're going for today. I hope my audio is good. Please tell me if it's all right. And tell me if the music is too loud or too soft, you know. Let's see, can I click here? Alrighty. Because now, alright, it's working. Hello everyone. Welcome to the stream. Can I see how many people are viewing this? It says no one is watching. I assume that's see people in the chat, so hey Jeb, yeah, thank you. Yeah, I'm glad people are so enthusiastic about my videos, because I mean, it really encourages me to like do more, right? Oh, my stuff. Okay, it's not really working. Hold up, I gotta check something, because I have this pen now to draw stuff with, but for some reason doesn't seem to want to. Yeah, because it should be oh, never mind, this is, yeah, okay, there we go. I needed the like pressure sensitivity, because thin and thicker lines, I like the, you know. Alrighty. Hi everyone. Jewel Kerbal, hello. Thank you guys for being here. Quick question. How long has everyone been subscribed? I'm curious as to how long, what kind of variation we got here going on. Could Kerbals survive in Earth gravity, you know, since their heads are so big? Well, actually, I guess I can remove this, right? The gravity in terms of G's on Kerbin should be the same as on Earth. If we grab, because the force due to gravity that we experience is mass times acceleration, which is g, but this g is the mass of the gravitational constant, mass of the planet, divided by the radius of the planet squared. I believe if you plug in everything, you will notice that g for Kerbin should be the same as for Earth. So yeah, it is interesting. How would they support their heads? I have no clue. Biology, man. If there are plants, I mean, certain plants can be quite strong and like hold themselves up quite well. So who knows? I've been subbed since 120 subs, so you're like an OG fan. All right. About a few months. First or second. Oh, okay. That's yeah, Kathy. I think I've seen you more in previous streams as well, and Andromedastra. I think I've seen you as well on the last stream, right? Right. Let's see. How anomalies are I'm Kerbal? I am not sure what you mean by that, but maybe someone else can. Sorry, Herr Verrucht. The new rules, I mean, just be nice to each other, right? No, don't be rude. Just have a good time. Don't spam, I guess. But that should be fine, right? Let's see. Since a problem with lathe, which is pretty much my first video, at least, well, it is my first sciencey video, and that video took off. How large would the tides be on Kerbal? Oh, that's not like a quick calculation I can do right here. There is a way to calculate it. Because if you had Kerbal, Mun, and I'm just gonna grab some blue color. Like the oceans would be pulled by that gravity, right? You would have to, I don't know, the waves would be squished this way. You have to, the net force that is going up, so I don't know, it's fluids and stuff. It's not something you can do that easily, I suppose. I'm sorry, I cannot tell you directly like this. What do you want to be for a career? Well, I'm currently doing my bachelor's in physics, and while we're at it, I might as well tell you I'm doing my bachelor's research now, so I'll be finishing up my bachelor in like a few months, and I'm researching one specific exoplanet, and we have possibly found something interesting about the planet. I'm not gonna tell you what planet it is, because we want to be a bit of a surprise, and we want to confirm what we believe is going on with that planet is true, or at least significantly or likely before we make the statement. But yeah, it's exciting stuff. I love doing that research about exoplanets, and maybe physics teacher, high school physics teacher, that would be fun as well. I am planning on getting my the qualifications to be a teacher, and then we'll see. I would love to be pilot, as I have a home flight sim and I spend 40. That's pretty cool. As every game with flying, anything with flying, I love. So yeah, I can understand that you would like to be. But oh yeah, what is Mystery U in KSP? I had some calculations, and maybe I'm gonna do something with it for a video, because of course it's something people want to know. I'm coming back on that. Another binary system. Well, Rask and Rusk is like the only binary system so far we know of. Maybe we'll have a binary star system, which will be cool. Nothing else is confirmed yet, I think. Have I discovered life beyond Earth? No. The planet is certainly not hospitable to life. No, sadly not. Otherwise, I think we would be screaming it from the rooftops. But it's at least because with my bachelor research, it isn't expected that something would be discovered. Nothing major would be discovered, and I wouldn't say it's major, but at least we found so far something that at least would lead to new information, knowledge about the planet, and that's cool. If this turns out to be true, then I could have actually done something for the scientific community with my bachelor research, which would be cool. What objects in the Kerbal system would be visible with the unaided eye, human eye, from the surface of Kerbal? Okay, that would be interesting to. Okay, if we have. Okay, we have the star Kerbal. We have Kerbal going around it like this. Orbit. That's a very nice circular orbit. And we have another planet going around it. What you have to do, if we have another planet over here, get the distance. R and okay, if you were on a planet and you were observing another planet, the size of that planet, how big it would be, the angular size, how big it appears to be, this angle of this triangle right here, this angle, you can calculate. Well, what is it again? You know I think tan of theta, if this is theta, is the radius of the planet, divided by the distance between the two bodies. So if you want to know how big an object looks to you compared to its radius and its distance, you can calculate the theta, compare that to the angular size of other planets in our solar system, and then you will know how big they should appear relatively. So you can figure this out, though I think because of the fact that everything in every distance in KSP is basically scaled down 10 times, that relatively the sizes should be the same. Yeah, I think it should be how many objects with laser parameter could fit in Joule's orbits? I don't think many, because it technically shouldn't be stable already. As far yeah, I don't think. Maybe another one, depends on, of course, how far you would be from Joule, right? If you were too close, then oh, sorry, I'm so sorry. I'll move it around. Here we go. I'm so sorry. Okay, little repeat. I'm gonna draw this again because this deserves a nicer drawing. If you have a planet, you're here on the planet, and you're observing another planet over here, and this is your distance r, then this is the triangle of it. Okay, this is the size of the planet, then this side of the the triangle is rp, and this is r, then this angle is theta, and that is this equation, I think, over divided by, I think this is right. Right? So you can determine angular size of that. Would it be possible that Kerbal and the other planets are actually not actually dense, but maybe gravitational, so 10 times higher? I don't think so, because then that would mean that I want to say that would mean the mass is different, but and thus the gravitational acceleration, but that would be able to be compensated with a different gravitational constant. Though the actual masses I don't think are in the original game, but the masses of the planets in KSP are given in KSP 2. So the masses have been confirmed, and so it is confirmed that they have insane densities. So it's official now. A lot of people were banging on about it. I think I'm gonna make a video about calculating the gravitational constant, because a lot of people in my videos are like, but what if have you taken into account that the gravitational constant could be different? And I think we should put a stop to that discussion once and for all. So yeah, that is something that's gonna sorry, Jep J21, sorry that I just read your message, because it's a lot of information, sorry about that. But see you next time. Do we know about the hard oceans of glass are minimus? How hard we do? How hard smash? Okay. Yeah, you would need to determine. So depends, of course, what kind of ceramics or glassy type of material it would be. I think every type of material you would be able to find some information on how much energy it needs to like break it or something. So if you have, there should be a relation to like amount of kinetic energy and like how don't have that equation or information on that right now, but I think there should be a relation to that. Quite a stupid question, but do you think life could exist on Kerbal or Lathe if they were real? If they, okay, the scales are of course all out of whack, so the densities don't make sense, but Kerbin for sure, because it has the right temperature. Assuming, well, a few things. So Kerbin should. Lathe is the problem with lathe. Haha. Check my video. The problem with lathe. It's of course way too far from Kerbal, and so would be too cold. But there is some process causing the planet to heat up. The atmosphere is not enough. Tidal heating is not possible because it has a perfect circular orbit. Maybe from the moons, but I don't think it would contribute as much to create like such a warm atmosphere around it. But oh well. Why is it so small? Just to make the game easier. Sorry about it, Kerbal, because I'm just reading through this. Let's see. You should do a video about the possible history of the Kerbal system, how the solar body was formed. I mean, that's pretty cool. My knowledge on that is not that extensive, so I would need to do a lot of research into that, into the exact, mechanics of everything. I know a little bit of things, but not enough to just make a video right now. Kerbal, please don't spam your questions because I will go through them. It's just a lot of information to read, and then I also need to answer. So but to answer your question, just because the people decided to do that, of course, to make the game more accessible to people. Would the surface sea of Val actually be possible? Would it boil until ice layer formed? I feel like that should be the case. I feel like water would try to escape immediately. So yeah, unless I'm missing something, I don't think that amount of like surface area of liquid water should be possible. Unless there's like some ridiculous inner heat like radiating out, but then why is not the rest of the surface like liquid water, right? I don't know. So that's kind of strange, but maybe the developers know something about it. Theorizing Joule be like greenish yellow gas substance that would moon's big to be realistic of density. Yeah. Everything, even the gas giants have like a ridiculous density, right? Oh, by the way, this stream, I'm going to just announce it right now, is the first stream with super chats enabled. I mean, do what you want with that information. But yeah, so, and memberships are also available now on this channel. So there's also, if you click on the link in the description, you will be led to the membership page, and there you will see a video explaining some of the perks and such that you will get. So it's official right now, because someone a while back asked if I had a Patreon or something, so I set up a membership page. So yeah, the planet Joule is a rocky planet. Well, it has the density of a rocky planet, because Kerbin has like a density of 5.8 times 10, like 58,000 kilograms per cubic meter, right? And Earth is 5.5 times 10, like 5,500. And Joule is like 6,000 kilograms per cubic meter. Oh, and this is not gonna fit again. Whoop. There we go. So, so yeah, based on that, on the density, it should be a rocky world. How large would a gas giant have to become a brown dwarf in Kerbal scale? Since everything is scaled down by about a factor of 10, I would say look up the border, the edge case of planets turning, or like barely being almost being brown dwarfs, or brown dwarfs almost being planets. That line and just divide it by 10, I think you would have probably your answer. Maybe it's a cool thing to make a video about. I do have my Astrophysics book, and maybe I can try and figure it out mathematically. In one of KSP2's new missions, it describes Jules saying we need to test our lenses with an ammonia-rich atmosphere. And Jules to close. Huh. Interesting. Ammonia. I mean, I don't think it's that weird. Because Uranus has some ammonia in it, right? I think, maybe. And it has sometimes like a greenish tint to it. But the thing is that chemistry and such, and what color gases are, it really depends on like temperature and pressure and a combination of all of different molecules together. So it's actually quite complicated on what makes the planet in a certain color. It's not just one thing that determines it, and so you would actually need to like simulate an entire atmosphere to really have an idea of what is going on. Are Kerbal space frogs? Lately I've noticed that people are really sold on the idea that Kerbals are plants for some reason. It would make sense on the photosynthesis, you know what I mean, because they don't really need life support. Let's see. Space engine. Yeah. I don't know. I don't know how realistic space engine is in some cases. Can take a look at it. So multiple people have told me like I should take a look at space engine. So maybe I will. All right. Oh, by the way, I wanted to ask you guys a question. I don't know how much you guys know about physics, like of course, well, something of course, because otherwise you wouldn't be here. But like the equation for thermal equilibrium, I've shown it in some of my videos. I think this equation, TEQ is T star 1 minus albedo to the power 1/4 times radius of the star divided by 2 times the semi-major axis to the power of 1/2. I don't know if you guys are really real familiar with this. If you are, please tell me, because I have something I want to ask you about the next video. Is there a galaxy in Kerbal Space Program? I assume so, because in the skybox in Kerbal Space Program 1 and 2 you can see like the band of the, not Milky Way, but like the galaxy like band. So I assume that there is some kind of galaxy, but we will not get to explore such a galaxy to that scale. You should also try Universe Sandbox 2. It's a highly accurate space simulator. It even has parameters such as background radiation, tidal force, etc. It would be, maybe I should just buy it, because it would allow me to like simulate some cases, and like I can maybe get some like background footage to show what I'm like trying to explain, right? Is the Kerbal system realistic? Could planets, comets, satellites forming real life? Yeah, I mean, I don't see a reason why it wouldn't be able to form, right? Because we've seen really weird planets, and because we have discovered like number of exoplanets is like more than 5,500 exo. I'm gonna n exo is greater than so far, and we have seen some freaky shit out there, and Moho, completely normal. It's just a simple rock. Eve, I mean, it has a weird color. I don't know if that is possible. Maybe less vibrant. Bye bye, Jewel Kerbal. See you soon, hopefully. But yeah, so Eve is maybe a weird case. Kerbin is realistic because it's basically just Earth. Duna and Drez are normal. Thank you, Jewel. Where was my brain? Where was it? Yeah, so Jewel, again, the color, but so that's pretty much the case. It's like colors of Eve and Jewel are maybe a bit strange, and I don't know if they would be possible or how likely they would be. But besides that, I think the Kerbal system is quite realistic besides the density. Of course, if you would scale everything up by 10, then I'd say I wouldn't be surprised if such a system would be able to form. It just becomes a question of likelihood, like how often those things occur. Let's see, where were we? Based on the Skybox case too, could we figure out where the other star systems would be? I don't think so. There's a lot of pointy, tiny stars in there. So good luck finding where we need to be. Valkylide lathe because tile. Yeah, exactly. It's kind of the same in the Herfrucht. It's kind of the same as my video, right? The stable orbits thing kind of showed how Val crashed into Tylo or gets flung. Actually, in that video, it's, they act as if every body is like a point mass. So it looks like it's like swung out, but it's technically just crashed into Tylo, which is actually more dramatic and more cooler. So why didn't I do something with that? I don't know. I mean, someone recreated the Kerbal system and it was really, really unstable. Yeah, but I think if you scaled up everything by 10, because the distances between everything are like fine, seem to be fine. Maybe the Joule system specifically, but I think that because that all the scales are kind of weird and wonky, that that scale doesn't make sense. But if everything is scaled up by 10, I think it should be fine. But maybe I can try to scale everything. That's maybe a cool video. Make like a the Kerbal system, but with realistic densities, realistic masses. Just basically scale everything up by 10 and see if everything still acts the same way. That would be interesting. Yeah, for background footage, I'd say it's yeah, exactly. I think that's a good idea, console coder. I have a theory what Kerbals see better than green, purple, and I see. It'll be interesting how the way Kerbals interpret color could be different. That's actually quite interesting. I really don't think they would put that much attention to just the skybox, to be honest. Yeah, I agree. I think I tried to find compounds that would fit Eve's atmosphere, and closer was iodized glycerol compound. Ionized glycerol compound? Huh. I maybe should write it down. Ionized what's that? Glycerol? Eve? Would be maybe that's something. No, I mean Eve probably can't have satellites for a long time. Example, Venus doesn't have satellites because it's too close to the sun. Yeah, yeah, that makes sense, I guess. Jewel Kerbal, I don't understand what you're saying. Hello, I'm done to listen a music. I'm really sorry, but your English is, and you keep saying the same thing. So if you're gonna say something like that again without just trying to explain what you mean by it, then I will have to mute you, because you're just repeating yourself and it doesn't really make sense. Hey, did you find an answer to that pressure equation question that I posted in the last vid? Tried solving the differential equation, but function got could make sense of the answer. You mean like the was it the temperature? Okay, so we're gonna grab that equation. PZ is G, which is actually also dependent on Z, minus, and then P. What was the equation again? I don't know anymore. Oh no, that's the that's the. Right. Where's my? Oh, okay. Here we go. Okay. dP dz is minus G, and then the density, right? But it's then what was it again? KT divided by mu h. What was the G at the top or at the bottom? I don't remember, but like the G and T should both be dependent on Z, right? And so that would make the differential equation a lot harder to solve. So I have not had a look at that yet, because I had some other things on my mind. Sorry about that. Create my own Kerbal system in some universe 5.2. All scaled up by 10 and was pretty stable. The Joule system was also stable. Huh. Well, that's pretty cool. That's really cool. Alright, gotta go now. Okay. I would love to hear more about your Planet Pack JFA. So don't mind me maybe sending a message to you about that. Iodized. Oh, I'm sorry, Kathy. Iodized. Okay, yeah. Alright. So the iodine thing could be a thing. Let's see. The planet Kerbal realistic rotation. I mean, there's not really stopping an object much from like rotating at a certain speed. Because Jupiter, for example, has like a rotation speed like 9-11 hours. So it's not. It really depends on like the initial conditions of the system, how that gives its initial spin to the body, that determines whether it has a certain speed. So that if the system has enough energy to put into the object as it like turns around, so then yeah, I mean, why not, right? Why shouldn't have it have? It's quite fast, that's for sure. But I don't see why not. The Kerbal system, based on the skybox, seems to be an irregular galaxy. There's no coherent single band. Oh, that's really cool. That's actually really cool. No worries, to Kerbal. Why Kerbal has 2 moons? That anything. It's just those kind of things is because, like, why does something has this many moons or like that? It's just some things. Yeah, it really depends on like if there's enough material when a system forms and they just happen to be at the right place at the right time for the object to capture it. It will be able to get those bodies to itself. So anything can really happen unless it's like too many and becomes unstable. But if objects have enough mass and there is enough to go around to capture, then there's nothing stopping it from getting 2 moons. You got any tips to minimize delta V insertion? I don't know how to put their own. I'm not sure what you mean, Charles Fatimo, but let's see, where can I just no, I don't, I want to keep that equation. If you want to, like, this is star, planet, another planet, and you're going in there. You want to be in orbit as you launch yourself to a different planet. If you want to go to this, if this is Duna, you want to start your burn about here, that prograde, and like increase your orbit like this, and eventually you will escape and go like that. At what angle the planet Kerbin and your target should be, like the angle between this angle, you can look that up, or you can use Kerbal alarm clock to see what the right time is, and then you can do this. But you have to be in orbit, and that, because don't leave Kerbin's orbit and then improve your eccentricity, because that costs way much more delta V. I don't know if that's what that is what you were doing, Charles, but I'm not really sure what you mean, Charles. It just like they don't align the ship's velocity to the planet, just a combo of eccentricity. Sorry, because maybe it's just not enough words for me to really. How strong would storms be on Kerbin? I mean, if we assume the same density, there's no reason for, and the same amount of like radiation from Kerbal as we receive on Earth, I assume the same kinds of storms, same gravity, same density, same solar radiation. So I expect. Is there alien life in KSP? I mean, some of the developers of KSP 2 have been hinting that there might be something out there. They already, of course, have, spoiler alert, with some of the discoverables in KSP 2 shown a few things. But whether there's actually active life in KSP, maybe. I don't think so. I don't think they're gonna add that. Yeah. Let's see. Not a physics question, but do you think KSP2 would become a good game? It's yeah, okay. Ivanka Rain. Sorry. Okay. I do believe that, or I am of the opinion that since the science update, the game has improved a lot. Because before the science update, I wasn't able to play the game at all on my PC. I could not enjoy it at all. But since that release, I've noticed. Well, I've actually started to enjoy the game, and I've played it a little bit. Not too much because I have other things to do as well. I don't have the time that much, to be honest. But I have enjoyed the game much more than before. I think there's still a lot of room for improvement when it comes to like performance, because that is my problem. The bugs, I've not encountered that many bugs so far, to be honest. Through the entirety of KSP 2. At the beginning, with some decoupling and the pause menu thingy when just all those 5 million messages, stuff like that. Those bugs I did have, but since the science update, I have not encountered any major bugs, or what I at least experienced to be bugs. So I'm hopeful. Of course, I would love for it to go a bit faster, because I'm really excited for everything. But I'm not sure about. Yeah, I'm patient, and if they say that they are going to finish the game, I really hope they do, and I'm fine with how much time they are going to take for it. I've got all the time in the world, so Yes, I guess I trust the developers, because people like Shadow Zone and Matt Lown who have or are in contact with them, they especially Shadow Zone, he trusts them and he's talking with them and stuff. So based on that, I'm gonna say that I'm confident. Apparently, 3-star systems coordinates have found in game code. They're close to like real life Alpha Centauri, Bernard Star, and Ceres. Oh, that could be interesting. I mean, by the way, no worries, Charles. All good. I mean, it would be really cool. Three-star system is really complicated though. Two bodies like Rask and Russ is already complicating things, and then adding another one. Yikes. I wouldn't want to be the developers. I heard that the devs want to make Minimus out of ice, but they haven't done the... Yeah. What is the even maximum temperature in the vacuum? I think you would have to go relatively cold, right? I mean, look at our own solar system, right? You find icy moons at distances like Jupiter and Saturn, and there are no icy worlds before that. So there's like a distance like the I think it's like about 3 AU from our sun, at least, where the I don't know if they call it the snow line, the ice line, where beyond that snow and ice can like form, and closer to that it cannot. I think it's about the same in the Kerbal system, but I can try and calculate that. But just saying hello. You might still know me, Joy, from hey. Hi! Hi, Joey! Ha! Hi! Hi! I didn't expect you being here. It's for a while, but most going... yeah, it's... Last video especially, and I assume that's the reason why it didn't do as well as the one before that, is that I have offloaded all the math on in that video, like 4 minutes of only math. Was maybe a bit much. Maybe I should dial back a little bit. But yeah, some especially like derivatives and differential equations and stuff like that is not like high school level, I think. Maybe it's in some schools. So yeah, so I can understand that some things go over people's heads, but most of my audience is like between 18 and 24. And knowing that this is more of a sciencey channel, I expect that a lot of those people are like either want to study physics or are studying physics. So kind of have that as my audience in mind. Hey Jeff, JFA. So you said something about developing a planetary pack or something. Can you give me the name? I would love to take a look at it. Ceres has some sparse water ice. Yeah, but I do think it is... what distance is... distance from sun... Ceres. Okay, it's about... Oh, not even 2... Oh, it's 2 point... Oh, it's miles, of course. Why? Don't give me miles, you bastard. 2.8 astronomical units. So you see, like, Ceres is like on that edge of the snow ice line. So yeah. I'm just really surprised, Joey, that you were able to... I think he showed the channel, right? And but it's pretty cool to see you here. By the way, I still have your computer. I'm still using it, so I am planning though on getting a new one for just specifically for Kerbal Space Program 2. So yeah, but it has done its job for quite some time now, like 6 years now. So it's pretty cool. But yeah, speed of light and you will see, or huh. Technically in KSP 1 you can go infinitely fast, or like way faster than the speed of light. There's technically not a speed of light limit, but they said in the developers of KSP 2 that there will not be faster than light travel, so I assume that the speed of light in that universe is the same. Otherwise it would be pretty fun to calculate it. How distant star to Kerbal? I'm not sure. How far can a star be? Infinitely far, because the universe is infinitely big, so there are stars at infinite far away distance. Hello there, Buck Burgo. Duna's moon can turn into rings because about gravitational wave. Gravitational waves? I'm not sure what you mean, but gravitational waves don't have anything to do with it. Oh, where can I? So I'm just gonna remove this. I am not sure what the equation again, the Roche limit equation. What was it again? I'm gonna grab my book. I got my Fundamental Planetary Science book by Jack Liesauer and Imke de Pater. I do recommend the book. It's a lot of fun, anything about planets and how they form and the physics that's going on there. So I really recommend that one. I'm just trying to see the chapter on rings. Physics and astrophysics, solar heating, planetary atmosphere, surface interior, terrestrial planets and moons, planetary satellites, planetary rings. Chapter 13, 350. Oh, there we go. That's too fast. Okay, I think I have the equation here. Okay, so the distance, I'm going to grab it here. The distance from the planet, AR they call it in this case, is about 2.46 times, well, the ratio between the density of the planet divided by the density of the, oh, by the way, here's our planet, and this radius of the planet, divided by the radius, the density of the moon, and this. So if you plug in here the radius of Duna, density of Ike over here, and here the density of Duna, then you will get a distance in terms of, well, you can also just leave and don't plug in RP, but you can also, it doesn't matter, as long as you keep the same units. You can calculate then the distance at which a moon with that density would form a ring. So if this distance is at the distance where Ike is at, or farther away, so meaning that Ike is within that range, then it would form rings. So plug that in. If this AR is equal, bigger than Ike's distance from Duna, then it would form rings. Yeah, Kathy, I just saw your thing right now. Thank you. But indeed, that's the equation. Bookie Borg. How Kerbin is so small compared to Earth. Well, how? I don't know. Well, just density, but it doesn't really make sense. Same as my username in the. Why? Okay, this was a little YouTube thingy in a way, and I cannot. I'm in the process of updating it, and it's kind of. Yeah, I imagine it's So you're a modder. That's really cool. I have a lot of respect for people who make mods for games in general, because it takes a lot of work. And well, yeah, it takes a lot of you need a lot of skills to make it happen, coding and programming, whatever you want to call it, and also like the artistic side to it. So it's really cool stuff. Forgot how to do superscript for yeah, it's all good. But yeah, for the one who asked, you can use this equation. If you need any advice on hardware, let me know. I've also bought a telescope and I'm just getting curious about what's up there. Ha, yeah. I actually, it's funny that you said it, because a while back I was like, maybe I should ask Joey, because yeah, I don't know where I would get. I don't know how to assemble a computer, because I want to assemble one. I think because I want to ensure that all the parts are like high enough quality. So if we could talk about it a little bit, it would be nice, because I have no clue where to start. Only that I need a certain graphics card and like processor, you know what I mean, thingy. So yeah, maybe we can talk about Ivanica. Yes, I will. I think just that KSP 1 with mods is much better than KSP 2. It looks better, runs better. Yeah, for now, I do agree that KSP 1 is better. But when it comes to like interstellar and colonies, I hope KSP 2 will be better eventually. But I do agree. I have, when it comes to mods, all of them. Well, not all of them, but a lot of them. Like a lot of stuff from Nearty, who's also now a developer at KSP 2, Black Rex, volumetric clouds, and a bunch of quality of life mods like Kerbal, alarm clock, and that kind of stuff. So yeah, those are the major things, like the visual mods, volumetric clouds, and Nearty's, all of Nearty's part mods. But yeah, I agree that KSP 1 is better, but eventually I think KSP 2 should become the better game. But whether that is actually going to be the case, that who knows. JFA, I will look at your planet pack soon, because I'm really curious now. I'm just gonna look at JFA planet pack KSP. Jeb far away. Oh, that's really cool. Jesus, why does my antivirus think that there's something going on? That's weird. Okay. That's not good. Does it have more screenshots? Ooh, what's there? Did I see a wormhole? Is that just me, or is it? It looks like a worm. It's a bit dark. It does look really fun though. Cool stuff. Really cool stuff. Alright. Really cool. Maybe, hey, JFA, whenever you are like feeling that it's not sucky anymore, I would love to share the thing on the channel, and like go about the plans and stuff. How do you make your thumbnails and the smooth footage of plants in KSP? Can get a camera to move like that. Plants. Let's see. My thumbnails I make in Photoshop. The font that I'm using is Rockwell Extra Bold. Actually, this what I'm doing right now is also in Photoshop. But Rockwell Extra Bold in Photoshop. Just put my pictures in there, and I made screenshots of a lot of planets in KSP 1 and 2, cropped them out as like just standard assets that I can use in thumbnails and place them wherever I want to get the action that I want. But the smooth footage of planets, I have like a file, a save file in KSP2, and I just like in sandbox mode, and I use the cheat thingy to just go to a planet, just F2, zoom out a little bit so you don't see the ship and just look at the planet. And in most of my videos, the footage is like sped up by at least 2, so that, and my frame rate is usually about 30, so that way it looks like it's kind of like 60 or 40, something like that, so it looks smooth that way. So I'm kind of cheating the system, but it's just for visual, so it doesn't really matter. How is Jewel green? I do have a video on that, but there is more to it, and I cannot answer that like that right now. Sorry about it. I think there was a video about it. I'm sorry, because it takes me a lot of time to be there, but so I don't know what you mean by which thing the video was about and what you are referring to, because I lost my train of thought. What happened if we zoomed out? I'm zoom out on what? I'm not sure what you mean, Jewel Kerbal. Let's see, is there anything? I actually wanted to ask anyone a question about the thermal equilibrium thing, because there's a video that I'm working on the suggestion of someone. I posted in the community thingy, so anyone who can go back. I mentioned that person. Like, how if you had a star with light coming from it, and you have Elu, how big of a lens would you need that can collect like light from the star to heat up Elu to like about 20 degrees Celsius or something? Like, and I wanted to ask a question about thermal equilibrium, but I don't know if this is the best place to ask. It was an answer. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, sure. How intense would joules of an atom belt be? Ooh, that's an interesting one. Yeah, like try and determine like what the magnetic fields of Joule B are thing. There is a chapter on magnetic fields of planets in this Planetary science book. So maybe I should take a look at it. I was also like wondering, I'm so sad that the magnetometer boom doesn't really like, I actually don't know what that part does, like that kind of science instrument does in real life. Does it measure just the magnetic fields? If it does, I'm really sad it doesn't measure like the magnitude of magnetic fields in KSP 1, because like the thermometer and the pressure thing do, but the magnetometer boom doesn't. So it's kind of a bummer. Because it would be really cool to measure like the magnetic fields. Jules Hulk, angry Jewel. But yeah, so the thermal equilibrium thing, I was wondering, because to get the equation for the thermal equilibrium, you equate the power that goes into the system, that's the light received through a certain surface, well, which is the surface like disk of the planet, equal to the output from the planet itself through black body radiation. And I was wondering that the receiving surface from the left side of the equation, could you equate that as the size of the lens receiving light and then projecting it, like bending it to the planet? Because technically, instead of like the surface of the planet receiving that light, everything through this surface you are aiming at that planet. So I feel like the equation for thermal equilibrium would still work if you assume that all the light going through the lens are able to focus on that planet. I think that should still work. But yeah, KSP2 missions actually give a lot of information about the science of the KSP. Oh, okay. I should play more then. I would like to have a database of that shows all the information gained from it. Maybe I should pay more attention to it. I did the calculations, and nope, sadly Ike is outside the Roche limit by about or being, yeah. Oh well, but it was it's okay. It's nice to know. So sadly, no Duna rings. How distance can a space laser travel? I mean, space laser is just light, right? And it just keeps on going. If it doesn't encounter any like nebula where it gets absorbed, because a laser is one specific wavelength. If it doesn't go through a cloud that happens to absorb the frequency of light that the laser beam is, then it can just keep going. So, hi Pear, how you doing? Oh, I'm gonna do my homework. Goodbye. Yeah, see you next time, Ivanica. Nice to have seen you here around here, and hopefully see you soon. Good luck with your homework. So about the thermal equilibrium thing, does everyone agree with me? What was the equation again? So luminosity 1 minus a, and like the receiving surface, and let's square, and the hold up, this is not r, this is a squared. I think this is it. Like the sun's luminosity partially gets reflected, the fraction that passes through the area that receives is equal to let's see, 4 pi r planet squared, right? This is the black body radiation, the planet. I feel like normally this would be the radius of the planet, because only the disk of the planet, from the perspective of light, you see just a disk, a circular disk that receives the light. Only that receives it. But if you have a lens that all focuses the light, I think if you just take this to be the receiving surface to be the size of the lens inside of the thing, I think this should work to calculate what the equilibrium temperature would be if you had a certain size of lens collecting the light for the planet. I think this should work, right? If it doesn't, then it would be a real shame, but because I think this would solve the whole thing. How big of a lens would you need to have to heat up like eel? I think this works, but please let me know. Lens would also absorb tiny bit of light. Yes, of course. It's good luck, Kathy. But thank you for being here and providing your insights. What the hell? What's this about? That's real annoying. Well, thank you, Kathy, and hope to see you soon again. Congrats on the 4K subs, man. Hell yeah, 4K subs. It's a real party, and already like at almost 4100, right? I've passed Kermel von Braun again, because when I started this channel, we were for a long time. I was a little bit ahead, and then I stopped, and then he passed me, and now we're pretty much at the same amount of subs, he and I. So, but he has not uploaded for 9 months, and maybe he's not even going to ever upload, sadly, because his last video was viewed almost 200,000 times. So it's really cool. But my career in a mod pack, Planet Jam 2, starts by a red dwarf with many neighbors with undersized SOI. To be honest, I'm really bad at gravity assist. I don't really use those because I'm a brute force kind of guy when it comes to delta V and stuff. How much delta V do I need? Yeah, times that by like 1.5. I'm not efficient in Kerbal Space Program. I'm not a good player in Kerbal Space Program. I mean, I can land on the planets and I can come back from most of them, but I'm not good at it. I'm certainly not efficient. That's not. I'm a real Kerbal rocket engineer. I just add more boosters. That's my way of going about it. How long do your videos usually take? What's your workflow? Okay, so usually, of course, I have to think of an idea. Often ask you guys for ideas. So I'm really happy with that lens thing. And I hope this works, because otherwise I'm not smart when it comes to like optics and such. So I hope I can solve it this way. That way I can just keep using the equations that I already know. It just makes it easier. But when I have that, takes me few hours to like make all the calculations, try and see what would the story around this be, do these results make sense, or anything like that, and rearrange that information. Then comes writing the scripts, which also takes writing the script is maybe the fastest bit. It takes like 1 hour, maybe 2, and then the editing, which often takes the most amount of time. Well, the researching and the editing. The editing takes hours and hours. The last few videos were faster, but it does take. I'm not fast when I work, so it takes me at least 4. Because sometimes I have to make new assets for in a video, so sometimes those are new. And so I have to record, like go in KSP2, record that bit, get the cinematics and write and everything. But sometimes I just get distracted, so it takes quite a bit of time. I think if you run it by how much, if you compare it to like how much money I earn per video and how many hours go into it, it's far below minimum wage, I'm gonna tell you. So if anyone would like to donate, like be the first super chatter of this channel, I would love to, I will help. I'm really not earning the money, but it's mostly a hobby. I did this, I guess, and anything else I get from it is just a bonus. Kerbals a deathly laser. Kerbals burning their skins only by yeah, well, I calculated the Kerbals temperature to be like 2800, so that still has a strange color. It should be more yellow, not yellowish but orangish. It's not the same temperature as could not possibly be. Kerbal system kind of small to for really useful for gravity assist in my experience. Well, the thing is, like Tylo is like really well when it comes to like specifically the Joule system, and when you travel around there, then you really have to, or if you want to save on your delta V, Tylo is a really useful moon around there because it's so massive. So yeah. Yeah, about how can lens drag more, because if you have a lens, I'm just gonna, where can I erase this a little bit. Okay, erase. Okay, if you have a little star over here, maybe I should make it bigger. Star over here, and oh no, crap. Well, okay, star here, planet over here. If you were to have a lens over here, because, well, if you don't have a lens, then the only light the planet receives is the light that comes from here, like this, and all the other light from the star that originates from here passes over the planet, right? So all the energy it gets is from that, all the light that goes through this front surface, right? So if you have a lens in front, right here for example, that is bigger than the planet, light, when it passes through a lens like this, a convex lens, I think it's, I don't know my stuff about lenses, it then will get bent and be directed, if you have the right kind of convection that's not the word. Like, if it has the right shape, it will. If you make it the right shape, it will bend the light towards the planet, and thus it will receive light from this entire surface over here instead of this little bit only. So that way you can heat up the planet. At least that was someone's theory, and they asked how big would it need to be, like would it have to be to get a certain amount of certain temperature. Yeah, Tylo. Can Kerbals photosynthesize since they live here for the... Yeah, I mean, it would make sense, right? I think everyone has kind of like latched onto the idea that they are plants. So, I'm more of a launch the rocket, figure it out later kind of guy. Yeah, same, but I do use Kerbal Engineer to get a sense of like how much delta V I need. Okay, I think you can do Duna and back with like probably like 8,000, maybe 9,000 delta V. I'm not sure. But I normally use like 11,000 delta V, so I'm really not efficient. So I do check like, okay, mostly do like overkill when it comes to delta V, and then indeed figure it out later. Do need a right transfer window, right? So use Kerbal alarm clock to launch at the right time. Yeah, it's why do Kerbals even, why does it even work, right? I actually did my first interplanetary return mission recently, went to Duna and back, pretty new when it comes to not being stranded. Well, congratulations on your first planetary mission, interplanetary mission. Welcome to the club. Yeah, Duna is as well. It's just like, yeah. I've never done an Eve and back though, because for that it's, I think, better to have like planes, and I am really bad. I'm really bad at designing planes, so, and especially for like SSTOs and stuff. No. Yeah, even back, that's still on the bucket list, I guess. Oh yeah, if it's 10:40 p.m. maybe, yeah. Stream will be in the thingamabob, in the list of streams, so you can always look back. But it was English not being my first language. It was a pleasure to have you be here, so thank you. On my third flight in my career, I noticed that I had a lot of fuel left, therefore I didn't just fly to past Mun, but landed on Minimus and flew back. Well, that's pretty sweet. Thing is, with a Minimus you don't need a lot of fuel, right? So it's pretty sweet. If Kerbals are plants, how can they learn rocketry? Yeah, let's just not talk about that, right? It's very special plants. I mean, the thing is, we of course only have like one reference point. It's life on Earth. But is there a reason why like animal cells wouldn't like be able to get photosynthesis? I cannot say the word. Photosynthese. In Dutch, it's easier. But I mean, is there something stopping, like, if things were different, would there be anything that would stop animals from like evolving some kind of photosynthesis? I don't know. Well, some biologist is gonna chime in there. They're probably right, because I'm not a biologist. I am someone who wants to be an astronomer, is not one yet. Though I'm working on my bachelor's project, and it's a lot of fun. Researching an exoplanet. What's your biggest KSP project yet? Like in game? Probably like a Joule 5 kind of mission, right? So just build an enormous ship, like interplanetary ship with a lot of landers and fuel on it, just land on every moon of Joule and then come back. That's kind of my biggest achievement, I think, that I in KSP. Still haven't gone Eve and back. Have landed on Eve, but never retrieved Kerbals from Eve to bring back to the. But that's yeah, something for the future. I've had canon that Kerbals are animal on the inside with just plant skin. I mean, I feel like it should be possible. But the plant thingies, Kerbals, or humans, or animals in general. My biggest story in Easter egg. I know I've not delved into the new Easter eggs. If there are any, there are a few new discoverables, right? In KSP2. Maybe I should go back into it and make another video on everything, like a mysterious video, like the second episode of Kerbal lore investigations, because that video was quite a success. And I never went back to it. I did like how that video turned out. Also the mysterious like videotape kind of vibes that were going on. Some people really didn't like it. How it looked kind of glitchy sometimes. But I'm sorry, because I really liked it. So if I'm going to do another lore video, it's probably gonna be another like that same kind of vibe, maybe slightly different. Almost like the analog horror kind of thing, but not quite horror, but you know what I mean. Did you speak Spanish? Non parlo spagnola, ma parlo un po' italiano. So I speak a little bit Italian, just a little bit. I'm learning Italian at the moment, not Spanish, sadly. But yeah, because I have some family members as well and people that I know that speak Italian, so I just wanted to learn it. Kerbal geologic story. Yeah, kind of similar to Earth, right? So I don't think there's much special going on, and geology not my strong suit. So yeah, I will not talk about that stuff. I'm not gonna butcher that kind of stuff. So I will leave it to the geologist. If there's someone else who's a geologist and wants to like start a sister channel focusing on geology of Kerbal Space Program, that would be really cool. I would love to collaborate on that. Or like anyone else who wants to start like a similar kind of channel to like go back and forth on these kind of things. Would love to know. All right, people, we've been at it for 1 hour and 18 minutes, so I think I'm gonna stop soon. Talking under the crust will have volcanoes. I mean, there's no reason why it shouldn't have like a warm, like churning like mantle at the same way Earth has, and it has mountains and stuff, so there are tectonic plates. Kerbal does have tectonic plates, I assume, so there's no reason why it should have some volcanic activity, I guess. But I don't think anyone has ever discovered volcanoes on Kerbal, right? I think on Ike in KSP2 there are things that look like volcanoes. In KSP2 on Ike there are things that look like volcanoes, but they are just mountains with craters at the top. But maybe they'll do something with it. Why no volcano does not exist in real life? I mean, I'm not sure what you mean by that, Jill Kerbal, but you mean why there are no volcanoes in space in real life? Because there are. Io is full of volcanoes. You think the new planetary system in KSP2 will be more realistic than the Kerbal system? I think they will go at it having in mind that it maybe they have bit more realism. I'm not gonna say that they're. I assume that there's gonna be still some unrealistic things, because it's still a game, but that's fine. But I think they are going to look around and for stuff. So far they have not announced any mini Neptunes or sub-Neptunes as planets in KSP2. They have announced Ovin, which is a super Earth with a ring, but they have not announced any mini or sub-Neptunes, which is one of the most common types of planets out there, and we have not seen them so far in KSP, so they really should add one of those. Like they're actually in-game referred as dormant stratovolcanoes. Should look cryovolcanoes. Yes, in the breaking ground, I think we have cryovolcanoes on like Val and stuff. What happens if I swear? I think moderation thingy should clean that up. But if I see someone swear, I will mute them because there's no reason. In KSP2, truth, Ike has active volcanoes in the past. Woo. Okay, well, there we go. Owen will be like Eve, or like the Eve of 4Gs and heavy atmosphere, from what I've heard. Yeah, exactly. But I want a sub Neptune or an Hycean world is also like a world with oceans, like a big world. Like it has Hycean worlds that typically have like 2 to 4 times the radius of Earth, and like have oceans and thick atmospheres of, well, hydrogen, helium, and some other things like water or methane and stuff like that. So they should add it. I wanted Hycean worlds and sub Neptunes. People, I want it in KSP2. Anyways, this is it for now. I hope you guys enjoyed. I see that some people came back in. Yeah, we were for a while at like 9 viewers and now we're at 13. I'm really sorry to everyone who just joined because we are finishing up. For people that just joined right now, please watch a little bit back about my question regarding thermal equilibrium and when I drew some lenses over here and some other drawings with this thing, because I want to know for sure that what I'm doing is correct before I make a video. So please check it out and tell me if I'm going at it the right way. So anyways, yes, everyone, thank you for being here, and I hope this was a good time for everyone, and see you next time. And I hope to upload the next video not next Sunday, because that's tomorrow, the Sunday after that. Maybe I'll upload something in between, I'm not sure. I have a lot to do now for my bachelor research thingy, so probably in a week time I will upload a video. So enjoy your weekends, everyone, and I will see you next time. Bye bye. Fijne dag.